Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right. Let's see what Spirit's got for you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your help in co-creating these messages. I really do enjoy bringing them forward, so thank you. And also thank you for your support on the channel. The likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and the donations all really, really do help out. So thank you so much. Also, if you are interested in a personal reading for me, you can find that information in the description box below. All right. What is going on with the collective? Hoping to receive spirit fully. There we go. All right. Let's do it. Door to personal healing and happiness. Okay. So what I'm hearing is you are entering into contract just came out. So you are entering into a contract. This is the way it's coming through. You're entering into a contract where it's going to be very healing. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Um For some of you, it's breaking a different contract. This could be a soul contract. This could be like a literal one. Something like literally legal, marriage, divorce, something like that. And then for others of you, or it's like both. It is actually you're entering into a new contract. And with that, I'm getting both actually. So I'm getting like maybe it's literally a legal something or another, like has to do with business. I am getting a romantic thread of energy for some of you. So it could be, entering into a new soul connection. It could be, actually getting married, something like that. Um, so yeah, this is and what I'm getting is like this next phase of your life is going to feel so different than how it has been. Yeah, angel of love. Okay, there's the romantic energy, but it's also unconditional love. And it's also the love frequency. So it's beyond just romantically having feelings for somebody. It's on the broader scale when this card comes out. So unconditional love, the frequency of love, 432 hertz. Yeah, the love frequency. And when you're aligned with the love frequency, for the most part, it is what it is, but it is challenging to stay there constantly. But when you're aligned with it for the most part, that's when you're really able to really manifest the life of your dreams because you are operating from the heart space, which is it's just so much more expanded than doing things in like a logical way. So when you're listening to your heart space and then you get an intuitive nudge to go do something random, it can open a door for you that you didn't expect. You can meet somebody, you can, um, find an opportunity or something like that. So it's just a different way of like living, really. And yeah, it's that unconditional love. It's also tapping into that source energy, which is, a loving energy. Okay, we've got woman holding coin. So, okay, for some of you, you are about to meet a feminine or interact with the feminine energy who is going to help you up level your finances. So maybe this is like for some of you, it could be literally somebody giving you money. Like an inheritance, it could be like a business loan, something like that, or just like a gift, for some of you. For others of you, it's going to be like you meet a feminine energy or reconnect with a feminine energy for some of you, is what I'm hearing. And that is going to, for some of you, it's actually going to help put you in this really open heart energy. And that's going to have an effect on your finances in a very positive way. And then for others of you, it could be like working with somebody, maybe you're going to start a business with the feminine. And that's going to be very, very prosperous. It's also going to make you very, very happy. And there's also going to be a lot of healing that happens with this. Okay. What else? Journey. This can be talking about moving. This can be talking about traveling. For some of you, I heard you're going to have to travel to this feminine. Okay, so maybe this is somebody that doesn't live like close to you, something like that. Is that in reverse? Oh, the deceit card's in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Okay. I don't think I've ever had this one come out in reverse. If so, it's been like once. Okay, so in the upright, it's talking about hidden tactics and manipulation. So what I'm getting right away with just those two things is that what this is saying is this is a person, this is a feminine energy that either is in your life or is about to be in your life in a very substantial way. They're really going to help you on your journey. And, for some of you, it might be romantic. For others of you, platonic in some way, friend, family member, um, business partner, etc., etc. What I'm getting is this feminine is actually they are the opposite of like manipulative. They're very they're just like honest and they have good intentions. They have pure intentions. Um okay, so it says receiving this card reversed puts you on notice that the deceit of the past is over or about to end. Perhaps some issue at work is being dissolved, or maybe a more open communication has developed in your personal life. Be assured that the negative and dishonest energy is now on its way out. Take advantage of a new peaceful and open environment, one where you will be able to forge more success and greater comfort. On a deeper level, this is telling you the period of self deceit is over. You are now ready to see the abiding truth of your own value, power, and deserving. It may take continued effort, but your honesty with yourself regarding these truths will bring even greater value into your life. So I'm getting like a revelation almost. And then something else that was coming through this, I was hearing like an end to self sabotage. So if you've been not allowing yourself to have certain opportunities or to experience, for some of you, it's love, like it's romantic love. Um, and this could be in multiple areas of life, but it's one of these things that you're no longer self-sabotaging that area of your life anymore. Yeah, that's really powerful. Okay, what else? What else is going on? The thinking woman. Okay, we've got a lot of feminine energy out here. Um, but what's interesting is I'm not getting that it's your energy, but I'm not getting that this is necessarily for a masculine. It's just the energy coming through is an external person that is a feminine, that's holding a feminine energy. So for some of you, this person who is going to help you in your finances in some way is also very intelligent. They can be very logical when they need to be. And I'm hearing intellectual compatibility. So for some of you, this could be a romantic interest that you have that is going to be very like intellectually stimulating. How I heard it in a way, but I don't it kind of like went. This is somebody that can bring you into like deeper layers or like help expand your consciousness in some way. So this is somebody who's probably very much on the awakening journey. Happy family. Okay. So for some of you, the results of this relationship with this feminine is going to assist you in your family life. So if this is a person that you're romantically interested in, then you definitely have this potential with this person to have this happy family union reunion card. For others of you, if this is platonic, what this is saying is this is going to help you to have a happier like home life, which makes sense because if you level up your finances and you're not stressed about finances, you're going to be able to be more present with your family in general, friends, and it just allows you to become like a more heightened version of yourself almost. Okay, for some of you, interesting. For some of you, okay, if this is romantic, what I'm hearing is um this person could be tied up in a legal contract. Okay, so maybe they're married. Um if that's the case, what I'm getting, take this if it resonates, that relationship with, their spouse is, I'm hearing on the outs. So it's like coming to a close. Um, For others of you, is there another thread of energy coming through on that? So that was like the main thing that just came through. So it landed on unconditional love and contract in the thinking woman. Um, for others of you, this could actually be you being kind of tangled up in some way with a feminine energy in your life. For some of you, this may be a romantic partner, this may be like a mother, a sister, an aunt, a friend, a business partner, something like that, where you're kind of unentangling from that energy. Okay. Yeah, it landed like that. I'm gonna keep it like that. And then over here we have the world. Now, the world card in tarot is completion of a cycle. In this deck, what this is really talking about is going global. Um, so for some of you, part of like, I'm getting like soul purpose, soul mission could be to be in the public eye in some way. Um, it's also this energy of like you have the world at your fingertips right now. Okay. What else is going on here? What else? Spirit appreciation. Oh shit, cornucopia, dude. Oh man. Okay. And angel of balance. Okay. So we've got appreciation. And it landed on this kind of landed weird. So part of what's happening is through an attitude of gratitude. It's helping to land you in this it's like helping you to walk through this door of personal healing and happiness. It's also saying that after you encounter this feminine energy, this external feminine energy, for some, no, that's not it. Okay, so it is an external feminine. I was going to talk about the internal feminine energy, but I got cut off. So, um, it's one of these things that when you encounter this feminine, and it's like you're going to work together. There's a balance here with the angel of balance card. There's a balance here, and you're going to work together on something, building a business, building something, a creative pursuit, working together, and of course if it's a romantic partner, it's building, life together basically. It's going to really help to shift you into this pure energy of just absolute gratitude. And then there's this energy of, because you're no longer self-sabotaging the situation, it's really opening you up to be able to journey to your highest timeline, to your dream reality. This is a dream reality card. This is 1111. This is manifestation. It's big energy. Give me just a second. So, I had to pause it really quick. Slight interruption, no big deal. When I picked up the deck to shuffle through to see what else wants to come out for this message, on the bottom we've got the root chakra here. And so this is the base chakra. This sits at the base of the spine. The color's red. It governs our physical reality, basically, our relationship with our physical reality. It has to do with survival, stability. Um, uh, yeah, it's mhm, finances. Things like that. This is like really being grounded and able to really pull things, like manifest things into the physical world. And so with that, that could be a byproduct of connecting with this feminine, um, and whoever that may be for you, which is good because when we've got a grounded, balanced, base chakra, you're not living out of fear and survival anymore. You're more in a thrival energy. Um, Drop this just a smidge. Okay, there we go. Desk was up a little high. Would explain why it felt weird for a minute. Okay. Anyways, let's get back into what else wants to come out for you. Anxiety. Um, no, that was in upright. Okay. So you could be dealing with some anxiety when it comes to the situation. Or just in general. You could be dealing with some anxiety. Just know that if you're in a really anxious state, oftentimes that means that you are worried about the future. And so it's recommended to pull your energy into the now moment as much as possible and surrender those possible outcomes to the divine and align with what is in your highest good. There is also the energy that is coming through of a little bit of anxiety because of what you're being asked to do in order to connect with this feminine. In that, I'm getting that is more for the romantic thread of energy coming through. Um, I don't feel like if this is an external person that you're gonna, like, meet and work with, I don't feel like there's gonna be anxiety around it. I actually feel like it's gonna lift. I feel like this anxiety energy is gonna lift once you connect with this feminine. So, for some of you, that's meeting this person and working together. For others of you, that's, I just heard reconnecting. So that's more of that romantic thread. So maybe this is somebody you already know that you're interested in, and it's bringing up a lot of anxiety to kind of communicate with them. Maybe it's, expressing that you have deeper feelings for them, or maybe you're trying to take it to the next level, something like that. That's kind of bringing some anxiety. But once you do that, I feel the anxiety lift a lot. So yeah, just know that. Um, Hostilities. Okay. So where I was going to put this is actually on the happy family card. So for some of you, you could be experiencing some kind of like uh, discontent with family members. So this could be like this could be somebody in your immediate family, this could be a partner, this could be a parent, sibling, etc., etc. It could be a family member that you're experiencing some hostile energy with. Um yeah, is that was that part of that too? Okay, so others of you, if this is a romantic situation, what I'm getting is you could be worried about how your family or their family is going to react. Um, like if you two were to, get together, basically, like commit to each other. Um, and that's just going to be different for each of you as far as like the extent of it. Some of you, I'm getting that it might be a little like there might be people around you who are not on board with this at first, but they'll come around. And then there's others of you, if there's cultural differences or something like that, maybe it's going to just be kind of a low key, like, your family might not ever fully accept this person, but if this is your person, it doesn't really overly matter. Like, it does make it kind of challenging, but I feel like you and this person will come together and figure it out. Um, this is a very high level soul connection in that romantic thread of energy. And there is a soul connection for a lot of you, even if it's like business and stuff. There's a very it's just like it's a very compatible kind of energy. It's a soul, soul bond. It's a soul friend. It's a soulmate. It's the energy of like we actually do have multiple soulmates. It's just meaning that you have like a similar soul origin. So your core soul frequency is going to be very similar. So you just kind of get along with this person. You and this person just get along. You're on the same page. You understand each other. You don't have to, it's not like you're super, super different. As far as, like, compatibility goes. For some of you, especially in a romantic sense, I'm actually getting that there are some differences, like, you and this person are different, but it's not like you're too different. There's still that soul compatibility, and I'm getting, like, a really fun, lighthearted energy. So, just know that. But this could be something that you're dealing with, and because it came out right after anxiety, that could be causing some anxiety, as well. But just know that you'll get through it. You'll figure it out. For others of you, if it's like a business or something, what could be happening too is you might experience a little bit of hostile energy from people around you when you kind of take off financially. It's one of those like it's like there's some people that are going to be happy for you and there's other people that are going to not be happy for you, and I'm getting like it's that, because they're in lack mentality, they're not, able to see that they have the power and ability within themselves to make the necessary changes to get to this level. And so it kind of provokes a little bit of envy or jealousy out of others around you. And so you might deal with a little bit of hostile energy from like family members when you really take off financially. But just know, that that also will settle for most of you. And what I'm hearing is you're gonna get the guidance of how to navigate this situation when it arrives for you, so don't stress about it because it's not gonna be something that's gonna, like, be a roadblock or anything. You're gonna be able to navigate it pretty easily. And then we've got man holding a coin on the bottom of the deck, and what I'm getting from this is if this is a romantic situation, you and your person might work together. Um, in the other situations, um if it is more platonic or like business work related, this is just saying that there is, especially if you're a masculine energy and you're working with the feminine, it's going to be very balanced. Both of you are going to up level in your finances. Um, okay. Walking away. Okay. And getting the Eight of Cups energy off that card as well. And oh, it fell out very interestingly. Okay, so for some of you, you are going to have to walk away from something, or this other person's going to have to walk away from something. I'm kind of getting a thread of energy, like maybe you meet somebody and they're a business owner and they're going to, kind of shift gears and work with you. For others of you, if it's romantic, there's kind of a walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve. This is also just walking away from things that are keeping you out of balance, that aren't allowing you to fully align with your highest self, with your most authentic self. And when you allow yourself to walk away from these things, that is what helps you to continue this journey to reach your highest timeline, to reach your dream reality, more or less, whatever that is for you. And this is literally like dream job, dream partner, dream, just all the things, like all the things that you deeply desire to experience in this life. That is what this card is showing right now. So you're like on the brink of really shifting into your dream reality. And for some of you, it's just it requires walking away from things that no longer serve, things that are not in alignment with this new version of you. And that could be, causing some anxiety as well, because when we release things, especially the things that we didn't realize we were going to have to release beforehand, it can provide a lot, it can, cause some anxiety. But just know it's going to be worth it. It's going to be so, so, so worth it. And then there's also the strategy card, and the strategy card came out on walking away, journey, and cornucopia. So what that means to me is what I'm getting from this is there is going to be something where when you connect with this person, you're going to be able to come up with a strategy on how to walk away from whatever it is you need to fully let go of. And that's going to help you to really, really embody this new version of yourself, which is taking you on this journey to your dream timeline. Um, which is, freaking huge. Like it's huge. It's the energy of like walking away from your old life to enter into your dream life. Like it's big. And of course there's going to be things that you take with you, but there's going to be, there's certain people that can't go in the same way. So it might need to be like, readjusting boundaries on certain relationships. It might be releasing certain friends. It might be releasing certain behaviors, ways of thinking, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of releasing, but it's because when you release all of that, you create the space to bring in everything that you actually desire. Um, okay. What else is going on? Patience. And I was actually guided to put it right there. So, divine timing is at play with this situation. What I'm hearing is this is a situation that was destined to happen for you. You came in and chose to go through certain things that you went through, and it was always destined for you to get to a point where you are shifting into your dream timeline. This is something that you at the soul level have been wanting to do. It's this energy of like everything in your life has been leading up to this point. And that's, that's going to cause some anxiety because it's like, holy shit, here it is, the time is now. Um, but just know that their divine timing has been at play, and this is a divinely orchestrated um connection between you and the person. Anything else? You know what? That's fucking funny. Okay. Spirit sometimes. I'm getting a divine counterpart thread of energy. And so in my mind, as I was shuffling, I was like, if you hit me with the yin yang card right now, I'm gonna shit. And then literally the next card that came out was the magician in the mirror. This is a twin flame energy, a mirroring soul energy. Not all mirrored souls are twin flames, but all twin flames are mirroring, like are a mirrored soul to you. So this is a very high level connection with this person. When we're talking about a romantic thread of energy, this is definitely like probably one of your highest level soulmate counterparts that you have, um, on the planet right now. If it's twin flame, that's literally you can't have another soul connection that is stronger than that. It is what it is. It's literally you embody the other half of that exact core soul frequency. That's why it's so intense. That's why it's so triggering. And that's why it's also so just nothing else compares. It just is what it is. Like that soul connection, it is what it is. For others of you, if it's not necessarily a twin flame situation, and that's okay. There's actually, yeah, I'm not going to go on that tangent right now, but, um, it's one of those twin flames are real. It is a real thing, but a lot of people, think that they are in a twin flame connection or have met their twin and it's actually karmic. And it is what it is. And that's where it's really important to do your own healing, go within, look at your attachment style, so on and so forth. And once you heal those things, that's when you know for sure if it is a twin flame or a karmic. Because if it's karmic, it's teaching you the lesson to heal that within you that is attracting you to those types of people. So when you heal, you no longer are connecting with those people because that's what connected you in the first place. You're not going to connect with those people in the same way, and your tolerance to connect to people that are embodying that energy is going to go down because you've learned your lesson. If it's a twin flame, this is something where you both go within, you both heal, and then you actually come together and grow together. So that's the biggest kind of indicator on if it actually is a twin or not. There's a lot of other stuff that goes, but telepathic communication is a huge one. Feeling their energy, so on and so forth. For whoever I'm picking up on though, I am getting for this specific thread of energy, I'm getting a divine masculine who is in an actual true twin flame dynamic with somebody. I'm not getting that you're in contact, and that would explain a lot of what's going on here. Divine timing and needing to take this risk to shift onto your highest timeline, which is, probably going to be door to romance on the bottom of the deck. It's going to be to reach out to your person. For others of you, what I'm getting, if you're not resonating with that, that's not your cup of tea, that's not the journey you're on, so on and so forth. What I'm getting with the magician in the mirror is actually you meeting people who are mirroring back to you certain things, and then you are now taking that information and going within and changing certain things about yourself, um, so that you can rise into your highest timeline. Which, twin flames that, mm, you know, that is the goal. So that happens too. But you can experience dynamics that are kind of similar with high level soulmates. It's just different. It's just different. Okay. All right. So this card like wanted to flip out and then it didn't fully, so I pulled it out. So we've got broken heart. So because of the way it came out, there's a couple things. One, there could be a level of deep inner healing that is going to take place once you connect with this feminine energy. Our relationship with receiving love is correlated with our relationship with receiving abundance. Okay. So there's something where maybe it's when you meet somebody who can help you shift your financial standpoint that will bring you into a deeper level of healing. If this is like that counterpart dynamic, reconnecting with this person is going to I just heard fully heal your heart. Holy shit. Um that's profound. So um Whew, my heart just started racing a little bit. So yeah, there's definitely a deep heart healing that is taking place in this dynamic. But it doesn't have to be just a romantic thing. So just know that. Maybe it's one of those when you fully shift out of survival mode, then you are able to be in a different energy and go layers deeper and heal at an even deeper level and really release some more of those ancestral stuff, cycles and blah, 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 generational cycles and all of that stuff. Okay. We've got the action card. So there is going to be divinely inspired action that I'm hearing you need to pay again with the word need. I don't really like using that word. Um you are being asked to really pay attention because when divine timing tells you it's right to take this action, it's time to take this action. For those of you on the counterpart journey, I'm getting that time is now. For others of you where you're going to meet this person and it's like a business situation or a platonic situation, it's very important to stay in alignment and listen to your intuition because you're going to get a nudge to do something, and that is going to be where you meet this person and then go from there. But it's one of those, like, if the universe is attempting to orchestrate this meeting and the universe is like, go to the coffee shop in 10 minutes, um or the grocery store, wherever, farmer's market, whatever, wherever. It's like a serendipitous random meeting is what I'm getting in that situation. The counterpart energy is not. The counterpart energy that I'm getting, if that's for you, it's time to take action. You know how to reach your counterpart. There is a line of communication that you can use. For some of you, I'm getting social media. For others of you, you might have their like phone number. There is a way for you to reach out and communicate with your person, and the time for that is now. If this is the other thread of energy that I'm getting, that's where you're going to have a serendipitous meeting with this person. I don't feel like you know this person if it's more of the platonic energy. I feel like you have not actually met this person in the physical realm yet. And that's where it's going to be divinely orchestrated and where it's important to listen to your intuition and follow those nudges. That's how your higher self communicates with you. So when you get the nudge to do something, do that, because that is going to eventually at some point lead you into the situation where you meet this person who's going to help you up level your life in a lot of different ways. Um but yeah, it's definitely going to require action, divinely inspired action, in order to make this a reality. Fifth chakra. Okay. Um, I'm only getting one thread of energy off this card right now. This is the throat chakra. This has to do with our communication. Speaking our truth, communicating, so on and so forth. For the counterpart energy, I'm getting that it's time to take action and speak your truth to your person. There's the other thing, confirmation mark. The other thread that's coming up is it's going to be important to allow yourself to communicate with this person when you meet them. It's one of these things. So this is the thread of energy. If you have not met this person, it's more platonic. Well, I guess for some of you it could be romantic, but this is a situation where you have not met this person yet. So if you've met your person, it's a counterpart situation, ignore this part. Um, well, I mean, you can listen to it. So it's solid advice. But basically, what I'm getting is it's important to make sure that you are doing your best to stay in alignment and communicate when you're being guided to communicate with that person, because that's what's going to open up the line basically of communication for you to actually start working with this person. I'm feeling like this is a person that is going to be in your life for quite some time. If it's counterpart, I'm getting like for possibly the rest of this life for a lot of you. If this is a platonic situation, I'm getting that this person is a huge integral part of your next phase of your journey. So this might be, it could be like a mentor as well that you're about to meet. So yeah, it's definitely important to communicate your truth with this feminine. And that's just going to vary depending on the relationship, depending on, your own personal situation. Okay. Anything else from this one? Was that part of it? No? Okay. Envy popped out. I heard that it's not really part of this, but I am gonna kind of touch on it just a little bit. Just know, if you strike envy in other people, you get kind of that jealous energy from other people. Don't Just remember it's not really as much about you as it is about them and their own journey. So just do your best not to take it on as your own. Okay, we've got financial constraints, and where I was just guided to lay it down was actually right next to this walking away card. So this is something that you're walking away from. You're walking away from financial difficulty. And then we've got community. And so there is I'm hearing an up leveling in your community that is happening. Where I was going to lay it down is also on the hostilities card. So you could be experiencing some hostile type energy from people in your community right now. I'm getting like friends, coworkers, something like that, not seeing eye to eye. It could be actual like literal arguing, things like that. But there is a level up that is about to take place in your community, and you're going to be around more like-minded people. Yeah. Anything else from this one? Are we switching decks? So I might be switching decks. Okay. Nope, one more. Oh shit. Interesting. So we've got the thinking man. So this is a masculine energy who's very intellectual, very intelligent, very logical as well, or has the ability to tap into that logical space and really excel in that energy. For the counterpart thread that's coming up, we had the woman and the man holding the coin, plus the thinking woman and the thinking man. So that says that you and your person are on the same page when it comes to um finances, and also intellectual compatibility is very much there. For others of you, hmm, I'm not getting anything else. Okay. So this has to do with the counterpart situation, or if this is a romantic interest, this is just saying that you and this person are going to be very, very intellectually compatible, which is awesome. Okay. Whew, whew, hold on. I just looked at the bottom of the deck and there's the yin yang card. That's the counterpart card. So yeah, for some of you, this is definitely a counterpart energy. This is an external person who is your actual counterpart. For others of you, if you are more in the platonic energy with this other person, this is talking about you balancing your internal masculine and feminine energies, which is going to allow you to receive and also act when you're guided to act. It's a very balanced energy, especially, yeah, over here next to Angel of Balance. So yeah. So there's definitely two threads of energy. So just, take it as it resonates. Give me just a second. Let me see if we're gonna get into any more cards. So we're gonna pull a little bit from this deck and see what else wants to come through for you. I just want to kind of give you a heads up. Sometimes when especially both of these counterpart cards come out, it becomes kind of a dominant thread of energy. So we might be taking a counterpart turn here towards the end. I will keep bringing through the other thread of energy if it comes through, but sometimes I'm feeling in the energy, sometimes when it does this, like the energy will just shift and then it kind of turns like more counterpart directed from like this point forward. So just a heads up. Like I said, if the other threads of energy come through, well, of course we'll talk about it, but I'm kind of getting a feeling that we might be looking at the counterpart energy. So we'll see. Yeah. The unfinished symphony and go the distance. Okay, so yeah, you have unfinished business with your person. Yeah, I'm not getting the other thread of energy anymore. So well, I think we just took a counterpart turn. So if you are connecting with the platonic energy, feel free to listen to the rest of this, see if anything else resonates. But this is definitely going to be more of a romantic energy, counterpart energy. You're not in communication with this person, but you're getting close. Like you're so close. I can feel it in the energy. Like you're about to just say fuck it is what I'm hearing. Like you're almost there. You've almost hit your breaking point is what I just heard. So and I'm hearing that's divine design. So just know it's going to continue to get more uncomfortable until you allow yourself to take this leap of faith. And yeah, you allow yourself to go the distance and close this gap between you and your person to finish what you started. to come back together to get on the same page, which I feel like you already are on the same page. You just don't know that you are fully. There's part of you that does, but there's a part of you with the anxiety and hostilities. There's a part of you that's still a little worried, but you're not self-sabotaging anymore. And that's the change that needed to happen in order for you to actually take this leap of faith. So give yourself a pat on the back because that's good shit. That's that's hard work. And it's one of those things you can try and tell people like, do you know how fucking hard this is? And they're just like, it sounds, it's just, yeah. So I understand. Give yourself a pat on the back. You done did it, man. And also know that this relationship with your person can go the distance entirely. Okay. What else do we got? We've got flexible and chaos and conflict. Okie dokie. So yeah, there is chaos and conflict around you at this time. Just I'm feeling like you're kind of still in that, yeah, it's this energy where you're letting go of things that are no longer in alignment to make the space for what is in alignment to manifest in your physical reality, basically. And with that, you are going to experience, some chaos when you're in the process of literally reorganizing your life. The other thing is for the masculine, what I'm getting is the chaos and conflict is going to continue until you allow yourself to take action and communicate your truth to your person. So just know that it's not going to calm down. You're not going to find peace until you reach out to your person. Um, so yeah, yeah. Um, okay. Um, and flexible. I feel like this is just telling you to stay flexible and to kind of go with the flow. Um, especially after reaching out to your person, I feel like this is really like kind of coming in to tell you to just be mindful, stay open-minded, stay flexible. Allow yourself to kind of move in that flow state in alignment with your highest self, with source. Um, okay. What else? Yeah, I'm literally not getting anything on that other thread of energy. So it took the counterpart turn. Okay. Deep knowing. So yeah, this is just really letting you know that you have a deep knowing that you have unfinished business. It's not over. It's not done. Um, Yeah, you and your person are about to get started is what I just heard. And you have a deep knowing about this. But it's when you get stuck up in your head that you pull out of that because you're pulling into your headspace versus staying in your heart space or kind of just more in alignment with that deep inner knowing, that intuition. Give me just a second. Cards fall on the floor. Okay. We've got okay. So we've got the no place like home card. This is really, yeah, this is counterpart energy. Oh, oh God, what was that? I just heard a feminine say like come home, something like that. Um, like it's time to come home, which is like it's time to reconnect. And you have a deep knowing. You know it's time. You're just still kind of fighting it. You could have zodiac placements where you're a little stubborn. I'm just be straight up. I'm getting a stubborn energy here. Um, no judgment. I get it. I I as well have a little bit of a stubborn energy. Um, but it's one of those when you shift it, so if you look at the shadow aspect of it, stubborn is where you're like not going to do something because somebody else told you to do it. When you flip it into tenacity, that's when you're actually consciously directing that stubborn energy. So it's one of these things like when you lock onto something and you're like, I know this is an alignment for me. I know this is what I want. I know this is what I'm being called to do. So I'm going to lock onto this and I'm going to channel that stubborn energy into this thing. It turns into tenacity, and that's when it actually benefits you. Took me years. I'm still learning that, but if you've got placements, zodiac placements in your chart where you've got a little bit of a stubborn streak, just know that there is a way to work with it to where it's not to your detriment and you actually use it as like a positive force in your life. You're not holding your ground just because somebody else wants you to do something and you don't want to do it, or vice versa. It's one of those like you'll take advice and everything from other people, and then you're like, okay, what am I actually being called to do? Now I'm going to lock on to that and I'm going to do that thing. There's got a spicy energy. So, yeah. Um, there's definitely central energy between you and your counterpart. Okay, so yeah, this is the energy of feeling like you're at home with somebody. It's yeah, and if you're a counterpart, you're gonna understand what I'm trying to say here. You have possibly felt kind of like an alien almost. You just felt like you just didn't fit in. Like, you could, you can hang out with people, you can be social, you can do all these things, but it's the energy of, like, feeling like nobody ever truly gets you. Nobody ever truly sees you or understands you. Like, you just move differently, you operate a little bit differently, and nobody else really fully gets it. You kinda throw people a lot. Um, and the energy here is this is the person that understands you. This is the person that moves in the same way that you do. This is a person, and it's against the grain energy. This is, you're just doing things differently. You're not doing things that, are in alignment with social norms all of the time. And, maybe on the outside it looks like it for now, but that's something that's changing. You're about to break out of the box if you're not already. And that's, you stepping into full alignment is you move differently, but there is a part of you that has always moved differently or wanted to. So if it's one of those like society tells you to do this and this and this, you're like, that doesn't really make sense. I could do it this way, and that would be like a shortcut. It's kind of the ability to see things a little different. You just don't really fit in with mainstream stuff. Maybe you've never been into fads and, you know, I just heard underground music. So maybe back in the day you listened to underground music, stuff like that that just wasn't aligned with mainstream ideology. This is a person that you connect with on such a deep level, that understands you at such a deep level, that it's one of those like I'm seeing two people kind of look at each other and be like, "You're not from around here, are you?" And the other person's like, "No." And it's like, "You're from the same place I am. We're just fucking built different." Like we're just built different. Maybe you tried to conform to societal standards and just your soul wouldn't let you do it. Understand there's a reason for that. So yeah, this is the person that you can fully be yourself with. You're fully seen, you're fully understood, and you're fully appreciated. Oh, I saw the appreciation card. Yeah. And it's mutual. It goes both ways. That appreciation is so deep. Because it's just you don't feel so fucking alone, which is just beautiful. You might cuss a lot because I'm starting to cuss a lot. Anyways, Um, or your person might, either way. I don't always cuss in readings, but sometimes it just flows and it is what it is. Chop wood. This is talking about mundane tasks. I don't know where this fits into this right now. Okay. Okay, that's what it is. After you allow yourself to reach out to this person, um, you're going to find that you get your spark back. It's I'm seeing this energy of like you fully coming back to life. You fully come online in a way. You just take a deep breath of it's just a relief energy. And then these mundane tasks that maybe you're just like, oh, I'm just over this. All of a sudden you're just like, oh, I don't mind doing this anymore. Especially if you're, doing some of those with your person, it's so different. Think about like doing housework with the person that you desire more than anybody else on the planet. It's going to be such a different experience than like, "Oh, I need to go mow the lawn and then I need to go do this." Um, it's one of those like, I'm gonna go mow the lawn and you're gonna go over there and trim some hedges or whatever, you know what I mean? Just it's an example, but and you're out there just, laughing and having a good time doing mundane tasks when right now it might be just one of those like, oh, I have to do this because I have to maintain this. I have to do my dishes. I have to clean. I have to cook, blah, 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 blah. But then doing those things with the person that you desire literally more than anybody else on the planet, that's just a different energy. That's a different energy. And it's such a playful, lighthearted energy between you and this person. So you've done a lot of healing work. You've changed a lot. And so has your person, because this is the energy of like, I mean, counterparts are always going to trigger each other to go to deeper levels, but this is an energy instead of standing in front of them and having every single unhealed wound exposed. You're going to stand in front of them in a very different energy. And then it's so like that part of it isn't going to be so intense. That's not going to be a factor. It's going to be one of those like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm feeling a certain way. Let's, unpack this and then let's move on. It's not going to be so, you're not going to experience the chaos and conflict that you did in the past or that you've experienced with other people. It's a very different energy. There's just a flow, there's just a compatibility, a lightheartedness, and a sense of relief. Oh, the sense of relief is just so overpowering. Um, it really is beautiful. The yin card came out, and that's divine feminine energy. And where it came out was on the appreciation card. So I feel like what that's saying is you're very appreciative of this feminine. Um, this is a feminine that, oh my gosh. Oh, I just thought, hold on, I'm gonna cry. Holy shit, hold on. Um, okay, I'm being told not to pause it. We're just talking through it. It was this energy of like seeing the feminine from your eyes. And the way that you view this person is just holy shit. It's almost like they glow to you. Like when you look at them, it's almost like you can see them glow. You just yeah, this is oh, it's powerful energy. This is a person that literally just like I'm hearing lights up my world. So that could be how you feel about this person. And they're ready to receive you is what I just heard. Message They're ready to receive you, and I flip this card over and it's message in a bottle. They're ready to receive your communication, and they are receiving some telepathic communication from you right now. And you probably are receiving telepathic communication from them as well. I blah, blah, blah. The telepathy, it's wild sometimes how much I resonate with this energy. Um, uh, the telepathy could have picked up again, or it got clearer. It's something where, yeah, something shifted in the energy. There was some blocks removed. There was some acceptance that happened. Something shifted in this energy. Um, what the fuck does that have to do with this? Is that a worry? Ah, your biggest worry right now is that the person that you feel like you could be at home with, that you want to create a home with, is what I just heard, isn't actually the one for you. So that is your biggest fear right now. That is your biggest worry. And there's also fear of rejection entangled in that, which I mean makes sense. But just know if you're here and you're watching this, dude, your feminine is like on board with what you the visions that you've been seeing. However you want to look at it, some of those visions that you've been seeing of the future are actual visions, just so you know. Some of them, the daydreams or the fantasies, some of that is actually visions being given to you from either your future self, your higher self, or the divine, however you want to look at it. Those are literal visions that you're getting from the divine. Some of them are more daydreamy energy, but some of them are actual visions. And so yeah, I'm hearing you just need to reach out so that you can hear it from them because they're going to tell you at some point that they're seeing the same thing, that they want the same thing, that they're on board. They're on the same page. And you just don't realize that yet because you're not communicating with them. But it's one of those, allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised. Allow yourself to take this risk and reach out so that you can actually hear it from them, from their physical human self, that this is what they desire as well. Yeah. Oh, and then for some of you, you're actually going to need to walk away from somebody who is truly not for you. So if you're in a relationship with somebody else right now, that could be what that is. If they're in a relationship with somebody else, that could be what that is. Or it could just be other things around you. Again, people, places, and things that are not in alignment. And that's part of this, is you're going to have to walk away. Between worlds. I'm being told to read that. Interesting. And it landed here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that actually explains the energy that I'm getting right now, is it is literally you're between worlds. You could resonate with feeling like you're in a liminal space right now. This is the energy of where you it's such a weird place to be, actually. Um, it's in this can happen on the other side of a quantum jump as well. So what happens is, in order to shift your reality externally, when you're looking at doing things from more of a 5D quantum manifestation perspective, is you have to change internally first, and then external will catch up. And so this is where your literal identity shifts. This is an ego death energy that's coming through. You literally have gone through, I feel like you've gone through an ego death, which is fucking huge. Um Oh, that is such an interesting process. It's huge. But what it is you're breaking down things that are you're breaking down the illusions. You're breaking down what no longer serves. You're getting into alignment with who you actually are and allowing yourself to be unauthentically you. And when that happens, there's a weird fucking thing. It is so weird because what will happen is internally you feel so different. You feel like you're just a different person. You feel like you're just like the fullest version of yourself that you can be in this now moment. But then you look at your external world and everything's the same. So it's like you feel completely different. You know something big is coming. I feel like you do know what is actually coming because it has to do with your counterpart. But sometimes you might not exactly know what's coming. You can just feel it, like something's big is coming. um but you don't know what it is, and then you're asked to hold the line, and it's so weird because you're asked to hold that vibration while you're around certain people, places, and environments that aren't in alignment, and you know they're not in alignment, and they start irritating the hell out of your energy system. You're just like, I don't want to have this conversation. I don't want to be around you anymore. Like, it's a weird thing that happens, and it's because you've shifted internally completely, and now your external reality, because there's a delay, has to catch up. And when you're doing a massive jump like this, it takes, it takes a little bit of time for this full process to happen. And so I feel like you're kind of in that in between right now. And then, what I'm getting is that actually for you, dear masculine, is by you taking this action towards your counterpart, you're going to shift from this energy where the world looks kind of gray and dull. And you're going to fully shift into this energy where it's literally you're aligned with your highest timeline at that point. And then you just listen to the guidance and, make conscience creator decisions in order to actually, make your dream reality a reality. So it's this energy I'm seeing of like you taking this action pulls you all the way over here to where now you're truly embodying your highest version of self that is available to you right now, because that is something that will change. Um because it's normal. You get attached to different things, and then, when you get too attached, spirit comes in and is like, hey, you're attaching to this, you're getting some, you're over attaching to this thing, and it's time to let it go. So it's a process. It just, it's an evolution, really. um but you're in one of the biggest shifts and changes of your entire life right now. You're on the brink of it. Is that reverse? You are getting off of the karmic cycles. This came out in reverse. This is round and round. This is being stuck in cycles and, finding the same energy in different people that are toxic, that are unpleasant dynamics. it shows up in so many different ways in life, but this is where you're really shifting out of these cycles. This okay, got it. You taking action and communicating with your person, and again, it's not even like fully pulling in a romantic union right away for a lot of you. It's just simply you communicating with this person that is enough to pull you off of to help you close out some cycles that have been really challenging for you to fully let go of and close out. It's once you reach out to this person and communicate with them, you're going to really be able to fully pull off of these, pull out of these cycles, and not have to deal with just, the bleh that you might have been, dealing with and engaging with. In community, we've got another community card. So there's a huge up leveling in your community. Um, yeah, this is really shifting into an energy where you can meet people who are more on your level, who are more in alignment. What's that? Was that in reverse? No, I just bumped it. Okay. We've got orphaned. Oh, I just heard orphaned in your community. So this orphaned card is talking about really that energy I was getting at earlier, where you kind of just feel like an alien. You feel so different. There's a part of you that knows if certain people get too close, they kind of they can't handle it. They kind of are like, oh, like it. And maybe you haven't fully experienced this. This might be something that you are experiencing now. Um, Okay, yeah, you have experienced that. So basically what it is it's like you'll start, interacting with somebody and become friends or whatever, and or even in a romantic situation where you start dating and it seems like it's going to be so great, and then the more you go, the deeper you go with this person, the more you realize they are not able to handle your level of depth. But your counterpart can. Your counterpart can handle all of you. It's your perfect match. And then also it's one of these things that if you do feel like that around the people that you're around right now, when you fully shift into alignment, when you fully take this journey and allow yourself to do what you are being asked to do to get into full alignment, which at this point, talking to the masculine counterpart here, it is speaking to your counterpart. That is what you're being asked to do right now to fully get into alignment. When you do that, then what happens is you shift your energy to a point where then you can meet people who are actually in alignment with you. But you have to be fully in a certain energy to be able to bring in new people and have it be sustainable. And there's something where you communicating with your counterpart is going to help you fully shift into your highest version of self. And then that is what's going to allow you to level up just in life in general, but especially in community. But it's life in general. It's all the areas of life that you're leveling up in. And you have a leg up. So you literally have like a leg up when it comes to this situation. You are perfectly poised. That's on the bottom of the deck. You are perfectly positioned to take action and to reach out and communicate. You're perfectly positioned for this and you have a leg up. You just don't realize it. You just don't see how much your counterpart wants this with you. You just don't see it yet. Um and I'm hearing you're not going to until you actually reach out. But after you reach out, you're gonna get it confirmed to you pretty quickly. Is what I'm hearing. There's a change in the wind. This is talking about feel like one feeling a change in the wind, right? So that's that energy of you can feel something's coming, you can feel something's changing. It's that energy of like all of a sudden the ground gets a little shaky because everything's changing. This is foundational changes that are happening in your life right now. And they're big ones and they're lasting is what I heard. These are big lasting changes that you are calling in for yourself right now. Whether you realize it or not, you're manifesting this. You're manifesting this and so is your person. And so and again, I got this message in one of my previous readings. You're going to continue to feel like you're on shaky ground until you take this action. Nothing is going because there's something vital here for you working with this person to build your new foundation. And so it's one of these things like this is literally the energy where you reach out to this person and this person's like, dude, I've been waiting. It's a go. Like, okay, what do you need to do? This is what I need to do. Like, let's make this happen. And then you make massive foundational changes with each other. And that's the point. You're coming together now to build a life together. And for some of you, it's building it from the ground up. For others of you, maybe one or both of you already have, some stability and you're just going to add on to that. So it's just gonna vary. Depends on the situation that you're in, the situation your person's in. We've got time for a nap. And actually what I'm getting from this is I'm getting that it's also you reaching out to your person is going to allow your sleep schedule to chill out again. So if you've been really having issues sleeping and just insomnia or waking up a lot or laying in bed and you can't get to sleep and then you're waking up a few hours later and you're just lost in thoughts about them and what to do and so on and so forth, and you're just like exhausted, which is interesting. Actually, I forgot about that. Right when I tapped into this energy, when I started recording, I got an exhausted energy like that, just bone deep, just exhausted energy. And so, if you're in that energy, just know that when you allow yourself to take action and communicate with your person, that is something that is shifting. You'll be able to rest again. You'll be able to truly sleep again. And that was random. Okay. You're really being nice to say that. That seems very specific, very random. Say it. Okay. For some of you, something is going to happen where your schedule changes, and then you'll be able to sleep better again. So, kind of what I'm getting from that, like if you've been working like graveyard overnights and then you reconnect with this person and then you start, working together or something and you up level your finances to a point where you can release that job and then work on something different and then you would switch from, trying to sleep during the day to actually being able to sleep at night. And then I just heard with your person. So, you know, take it for what it resonates. It's very specific, very random. Okay. Anyways, we've got mending and to the sea. What I'm getting from this is it's time to mend this connection. It's time to come together and allow you and your person to work together to mend the situation and to, really it's not even get on the same page, it's to see that you both are on the same page, and then you come together and you come up with a strategy on how to actually physically do some of these changes that you're being asked to do. Um, to the sea. I forgot what that one's about. Give me just a second. So I had to pause it to blow my nose really quick, and get a drink of water, which I proceeded to spill all over me because I got an aha when I was drinking water, so I ended up spilling it all over. It happens. Anyways, so there was a couple things that came through. One's extremely specific, so just take that one if it resonates. We'll get to that one in a minute. Has to do with the sleep schedule. One thing that was coming through is if you hold on, I want to make sure I was actually or I was actually recording. Okay, anyways, holy crap. I just got knocked off my game. Hold on. Sometimes downloads hit like that and it just kind of throws you for a minute. Anyways, so what I got was something that you may not have experienced yet is being around somebody who is truly non-judgmental. And there was a way that this came about and it has to do with the sleep schedule thing. But um basically what it is I feel like you have a lot of anxiety and fear right now because you're getting ready to move towards somebody who is in an energy that you may not have fully experienced yet in this lifetime. I'm getting like they are a divine feminine. So this is somebody who has been through the ringer. They have done a whole lot of healing. They have shifted inside out. They're in a very different energy, but what you're not seeing is that you have actually shifted into an energy that can sustain this connection with your feminine. You don't see that yet, but you will when you reach out. And so there's a lot of doubt still. But it's I don't get as much doubt of like, is this my person? It's more doubt that they would want life with you. That's the doubt that's coming through now. Especially with this not for you card. The thing is this person desires this future with you just as much as you desire it with them. And you're not going to know that until you actually communicate with them. So just keep that in mind. Stay open to that. Stay flexible. Stay open-minded to it, because I feel like you're going to be very pleasantly surprised the first time. I'm actually seeing a vision of like you talking to this person on the phone, and it's kind of funny. The first thing that I'm seeing is like tears of relief, just hearing each other's voice. And then past that, it's one of those like I feel like this might be a connection where you dive really deep really fast and you just talk about like, have you been getting visions? Have you been experiencing this? Have you been hearing me say that? And then all of a sudden, it's just like you both fully finally have that confirmation that both of you are on the same page, that both of you do desire this. And then it's gonna be go time, is what I'm hearing. Um, the nap thing, the sleep thing. What I'm getting, if that thread of energy is for you, where you and your person might be on different like sleep schedules, like one of you is more awake during the day, one of you is more awake at night. Um, there's this energy where even if you still have like that swap sleep schedule, you're going to be able to sleep after communicating with this person for two reasons. One, it's going to put you at ease to know you're not going to be dealing with so much of this internal chaos energy. The other thing that's going to happen is that hug isn't going to be as intense, because right now it's one of those things like if I'm going to say like you're the one working graveyard. I don't know, but we're just using it as an example. Let's say you're the one working overnights and your person is the one that's up during the day. Your person is tugging on you during the day with all of the stuff, getting random thoughts about you, seeing random synchronicities, so on and so forth. And so they're kind of tugging on your energy. And then if you're awake at night, you're tugging on their energy. And so it is literally interfering with both of your sleep schedule right now to be no contact. And I'm hearing it's going to stay this way until you break no contact. So your feminine will also very much appreciate you reaching out, because your feminine isn't sleeping that great either. And when you actually do that, let me know what it's like to actually have a good sleep schedule again, because I have not had a good sleep schedule in a very long time. But part of that is ascension. Like that's also an ascension thing, but especially this twin flame dynamic is what I'm getting, counterpart dynamic, where you're tugging on each other's energy all the time. And it's not always intentional, but just like when you're thinking of your person, you're telepathically connected in multiple different ways, and so your person feels it. And then so like if your person wakes up in the middle of the night and then feels you, it might be hard for them to go back to sleep. Same thing for you. If you wake up during the day, like if you're sleeping during the day and you wake up during the day and then you feel your person kind of tugging on you, you start getting the thoughts of them, you start feeling them, then all of a sudden you're laying there in bed awake just thinking about them. So just know that. Okay, To the Sea. I'm actually being called to read that one. So let's see what's going on with To the Sea. I would like to go to the sea. I love the ocean. Anyways, being in flow. That's right. Returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Yes, so there's two things coming through. One is to allow yourself to go with the flow when you reach out to this person, and again, it's that confirmation to stay in alignment and allow the flow to naturally happen. Confirmation. And with that, you're actually going to be given the next steps from the divine on what to do when it comes to this connection and life in general. Your divine guidance is going to come online a lot stronger once you follow this next step that the divine is giving you right now, which is reaching out to your person and communicating. Um, and by doing that, it's going to really help you to mend this connection, and it's going to help you stand on solid ground again. It's not going to feel so shaky. And I feel like it's one of those like I'm just getting this energy of like everything feels right in the world again when you're communicating with this person. Shit. there's the divine masculine card. So yeah, this is definitely, we literally have all of the counterpart cards out here from two different decks. That's fantastic. Um, yeah, okay, so we've got co-create. Yang, which is divine masculine, and the yin card. So this is talking about co-creating with another person that is perfectly balanced for you to co-create with. There's divine orchestration between you two co-creating together. You're going to be able to create your reality beyond what you even realize is possible, is what I'm hearing. And serendipity. I love this word. I love this card. It's serendipitous. You probably met your person in a very serendipitous way. It was probably very random. It was probably you weren't looking for this, and then this person just came into your life and just took you by storm, and you did the same for them. It's a serendipitous, divinely orchestrated connection. Um, it's very much, yeah, I'm getting like it was a whirlwind. And that is normal for counterparts, to experience that whirlwind energy when you first interact with each other, because it's like, what the fuck is this? And it's simultaneously the best feeling ever and the scariest feeling ever, because you're fully being seen and understood by another human, and then you're oftentimes it shifts into like, this is too good to be true, and then you reject it. There's an element of that normally happens, and that could be something else that you're really concerned about. A fear right now is you're thinking it's too good to be true. You're thinking that there's no way that this person is on board with you when it comes to the future. But what you don't understand is this is a divinely led connection. You both are on the same page. That's why you're getting the insight in the divine nudges so intensely right now, is because what you don't see, this is divinely orchestrated. This is in alignment. This is in divine timing. This is being orchestrated by you, of course, because we're conscious creators, but it's you, this person, your higher selves, and the divine that are orchestrating this right now. And so you're not going to be able to rest until you do this. You're not going to be able to feel like you're on solid ground until you do this, because you're meant to come together and build together. You're meant to come together and work on these goals together. You're not meant to be complete and done and then come together. You're meant to come together at this time to finish what you started, is what I just heard, and to build together. Um, I'm getting life partner, like you're building life together. This might be a situation where you work together, you have your family together, you do a lot of those things with this person, and it's the energy of like you could spend 24/7 with this person and it's still not enough time. Like, this is the energy where you're gonna have to be conscious and be like, okay, we should probably like maybe go like spend time apart just a little bit. Like, I'm gonna go hang out with somebody for an hour, or I'm gonna go to the store by myself right now. Like, but it's one of those like you want to be with this person all the time. And it's the energy of like you can be around this person all the time and not get sick of each other, is what I just heard. You're not going to be like, oh, I wish you would, not stay the night and leave. Like, this is the energy of like, you just want to move in now. Like, I know we've only been officially together for a week, but like, you just want to move in. That's a little extreme, but you get my point. um what Okay, we're just gonna start talking about it. I don't know how these cards correlate. Okay, we've got imagine. Well, I'm being told to read it. With this, I'm getting like daydreaming, fantasizing, um, also like being able to pull in those visions into the physical realm. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. So, what I'm getting from this is you are literally on the brink of turning your imagination into manifestation. And again, some of those thoughts that you're getting are actually visions. You might not realize that, but I didn't actually for a while. That was a download that came through for me a little bit ago. Like, hey, some of these things that you're contemplating and thinking about for your future are actually visions. And I was like, what? No way. So, just know that some of what you're actually tapping into is literally visions. And sometimes it looks similar to like a daydream, but it can feel different. You can feel it in your body a little bit different. It's yeah. Anyways, so um okay, here we go. In matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. While that is romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating, so step onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. When I read will enter your life, what I got was re-enter. So that's holy shit. I mean, yeah, that's it's your person, man. Go get your person. Oh. And then let me know about it. I would love to hear about it. I would love to celebrate you and your wonderful, wonderful ability to manifest this in. This is huge. This is so good. Okay, by the book. This is abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, and universal laws. Mm. Okay. For some of you, you could have cultural differences or like different ethnicity, different culture, religious differences, something like that, like something kind of major. You could have something like that going on, in this connection. Getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Okay, what I'm actually getting, that was the other thing that was kind of coming through earlier. There's a fear that your person, this goes into the judgment versus discerning energy. There is a fear that I'm picking up on that you really want this with your person. There is a part of you, you have a deep knowing, wherever that card went, you have a deep knowing that this person does want this with you, but there's a fear around it, so you're not fully allowing yourself to go there. But the thing is there's a fear of like, especially if it's been a while since you've connected with this person, there are things that you have done or situations you've engaged in, or there's stuff that you've done that you're not proud of. And there is a fear that once you communicate that with your person, they're going to be like, no, I can't be with somebody who's done that thing. And that's just not the energy coming through. The energy coming through is somebody who understands it, who gets it. This is not a judgmental person. This is a discerning person. They're coming from a very high level of consciousness. They have the ability to look at you in your now energy and say, I see you. I see the changes you've made. We've done shit, your feminine's done shit too. Like, we are human, we are having a human experience. We have all done things that we, in hindsight, are like, fuck. That wasn't me in my bestest energy. But it is what it is. It's part of the human experience. This is a person who is like, okay, whatever you did in your past is your past. Where are you at now, and where do you want to be in the future? And let's see if that is in alignment. And if that is in alignment, you can tell me the shit you did in your past, and I'll tell you the shit I did in my past. And and I'll stand in it. Like, I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. I'm not going to reject it. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to lie about it, but, I'm not proud of it. But this is also what I learned. And I've learned how not to do those things, or how to, show up in a different energy so that I'm not engaging in those dynamics, whatever it is. This is not the person that's going to judge you and dismiss you and reject you because of some shit you did in the past. Even, and I'm hearing interesting, even whatever it was that went down between you two is not a deal breaker for this person. There is already a level of forgiveness that has already happened when it comes to the past situation between you and your person. So if that is something that is really freaking you out right now, and you're like, yeah, I really want this, but when they find out about this thing, they're not going to be okay with it. Well, here's the thing. Let's say you were in a karmic connection and you lost your temper and shit went down. Okay, well, this is a person in a divine feminine energy who says, yeah, well, guess what? Every human all humans have the ability to engage in different dynamics, whether it's, a screaming match or whether it's actually violent. Like I'm not condoning any of that, just to be clear. It's just understanding the dynamics between these relationships. You can get with people who pull out qualities of you that are not true to you, but it comes out because you are in a toxic connection. So this is a person that can understand it from that level and say, yeah, well, what have you learned from that? Did you enjoy being in that behavior? Is that something you have worked on? Okay, cool. Now let's come together and come up with some fucking, guidelines on how to not have that happen. A big one is if you start feeling yourself getting mad, walk away, and then that other person needs to leave you the fuck alone while you walk away and handle your shit. It's something like that. It's such, when you're in a connection like this, those things become very easy to navigate because it's one of those, you can also clock it. Like when your person starts to get frustrated, you can be like, okay, you're getting frustrated. Do you want to talk about it now or do you want to take a break and come back together and have, a decent communication as two fucking adults? Like, there's a very respecting energy. There's a very understanding energy. It's non-judgmental. It's very discerning. It's one of those like, yeah, you've got a past. I've got a past. You've got a dark side. Guess what? My dark side probably matches yours. So let's come together and let's figure out, how we can navigate some of these things. Here's some of my triggers. What are yours? Okay, I'll respect that about you. You don't like to be spoken to that way. I won't speak to you that way. Don't come at me like that. You know what I mean? Like it's very much like we're on the same page here. So, there's going to be little things like that that you have to work through and come to understandings and agreements and mutual respect and all of those. But that is very much what is in this energy. And so I feel like this is a connection, this is a level of connection that is going to be so different than anything you've ever experienced. And so it's hard for you to really see that by reaching out to this person, it is safe to do so. They are ready to receive you in your entirety. They don't give a shit about the mistakes you made in the past. If you're willing to stand on it and own it and be like, it wasn't like my exact proud moment, but, it happened, this person's going to respect you for it and be like, thank you for telling me. Now, what can we do to ensure that that type of dynamic never arises again? Um, Very random example, it just came to me. So just take that if it resonates. It doesn't have to actually be what I was explaining, but it's just the dynamics behind it. This is a very different type of relationship than I feel like you've ever experienced. And so it's hard to be like, okay, how can I get there with this person because a lot of experiences you've had with other people just don't have that dynamic. And I heard mutual respect. So maybe you've been in dynamics where you don't have mutual respect with the other person. And that alone is going to create toxicity. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Basic decency and human respect is basic human decency and mutual respect. It's very important when you're connecting with other people, especially in a romantic sense. Um, but yeah, I feel like that's part of where the fear is coming up right now is you just have not had the experience with somebody like this. And that makes sense. This is your counterpart. This is the person that can clock your energy before you even speak about it, and in this divine feminine energy, I am getting that this is somebody who can read energy. So they can look at somebody and know like what mood they're in, if they're suppressing some shit, if they're, dealing with an emotional storm that they're not talking about. And the thing is I'm not getting it's one of those, I don't feel like this person's gonna pry. I feel like this person, and maybe it's a compatibility thing where this person's like, hey, you seem a little off. Are you good? You need to talk. You need, do you need anything from me? Or do you just need to process this on your own? And then be able to be like, okay, process it on your own if that's what you need. Or, what can I do to help you in this situation so that you can transmute the energy, basically. And, it might be one of those, like, if you're like, no, I just need to, I just need some alone time. Just like, okay, it's go take your alone time. I'm gonna be over here, doing my thing. It's very respectful. It's very mutually respectful. And I do feel like you could actually do that with your feminine too. I feel like you could pick up on your that makes sense, counterparts. So you'd be able to pick up on your feminine's energy very much so as well. Dude, milk and honey. Oh my gosh. We've got all of the counterpart cards out here, and we've got all of the dream reality cards out here. This is so good. Oh, you're just not allowing yourself to have it. Allow yourself to have it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude. I'm just saying, this is so good. Take the risk. That's coming from my human self. I mean, that is the divine guidance too, but like, take the risk. Allow yourself to have this. This is prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. This is, freaking alignment, dude. This is just alignment, dream reality. Okay. Let me clear my throat. Yeah, sorry. Anyways. Sorry, that was probably very unpleasant in the microphone. My bad. Okay, sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. It's literally like going into the land of milk and honey, which metaphorically is dream reality. It's peace. There was confirmation. It's peace, it's not feeling alone, it's you finally have somebody that can watch your six. You finally have somebody who truly has your back, and you can turn around and not get a knife in the back with this person. Like, this is that energy of, like, you finally have somebody fully in your corner, and for some of you, your feminines never had that either. And so it's that energy of just relief of being with somebody who truly has your back, who's truly willing to say what's necessary, you know, uh, just to help each other out, or, like I got your six, like, hey, you're slipping. What do you need to shift through what you're going through and get back on track? Like, it's that kind of energy. Oh, it's so good. So, so, so good. And again, you're perfectly poised for this. You're perfectly poised to have this relationship, and you can have it in the here and now. You are perfectly poised for this connection, and you can have it in the here and now. And it's going to help you regenerate fully from the inside out. Oh, and the fates, it's a fated connection. Depending on how you look at it, it's one of those, like, you were fated to meet this person, and now, interesting, now you're fated to come back together and work together. Um, and I'm getting, it's romantic for sure. But because there was such the heavy work energy coming through as well, you definitely might work with this person, which would make sense. Like, get on soul mission together and work together on soul mission, which oftentimes shows up in our career. So this is huge. Come to the edge. I'm being told to read that one. That one, yeah, there's something in the guidebook for that one. Treasure Island. Dude, this is literally, oh, oh my gosh. This is another freaking dream reality card. Like, I think we literally have all of the dream reality cards out here now. Oh, the only one that didn't come out of this other one was Blossoming Abundance, but that's because you're already in a blossoming energy right now. You're in that weird liminal space, and it's because you need to reach out to fully lock it in. And then you're going to see, it's this energy of, like, manifestations just are like, hey, you did it, and here's this, and here's that, and here's this opportunity, and now you two can do this, and now you can do that. It's like, oh my God, there's like a divine excitement coming through. Like, oh, like, once you two are communicating, it's just like, dude, the divine is excited to work through you two. This is oh my goodness. And you two have got some shit to do on the planet. Just letting you know. Soul mission. Anyways, for some of you, it is having children together. That one just came through loud and clear. So take that if it resonates. Okay, this is the law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. That is exactly what I was just talking about. Like, it's the energy of just, like, dude, I'm gonna be real with you for a minute. And this is coming from my human level. This is me talking to you as a friend, okay? You literally have everything you want on the other side of connecting with one person. That's all you have to do. And I know there is the fear. I know you're kind of freaking out a little bit. I know your human self is telling you it's not possible. But let me tell you something. If you're getting the signs, you're getting the synchronicities, you're getting the dreams, you can't sleep because you're feeling tugged from your person and you think about them and you are telepathically communicating with them and you're getting visions of the future with them and you're feeling like something big is coming and you're on shaky ground and everything else around you right now feels like it's falling apart, it's because it's falling apart so that you can do this, so that you can build on a very solid foundation. You were on shaky ground. The divine is coming through to remove the faulty foundations. And it sucks when it happens. It's not pleasant for us to go through from a human perspective. But when the divine comes in to reorchestrate your life, it's because you are shifting into alignment to be able to become a fucking powerhouse. In this energy right here, you and your person together, holy all hell. You two together with your soul frequency and coming together and working together on mission and also having this beautiful connection, this beautiful family, and whatever that is for you, you have no idea how inspiring that is going to be. You have no idea the impact that you are going to make. And all you have to do is pick up the phone, like, and just throw yourself out there a little bit and face potential rejection, but you have a knowing you're not going to. But you need to, and again with that word need, but in order for you to fully see that this is indeed what is in store for you, this is indeed what you're being pushed towards, this is indeed what you can have. Treasure Island, Milk and Honey, Cornucopia, like, dude, it's all the things, and it's your perfect person. And in the way that I was able to see through your eyes for a minute, which I've never experienced that in a reading like that, the way that I was able to see how you view your feminine, holy shit. I mean, dude, like you're smitten. I mean, it is what it is. Like this is your person. And what's funny is I just saw you through their eyes and they view you the exact same way. You just don't know that because you are being asked to reach out right now to get this confirmation. And that's all it's going to take is just for you to reach out at this point. Oh, anyways. And it's also like, I mean, just think about it. Like, you literally have the life of your dreams waiting for you. The divine orchestrated this shit or helped to orchestrate it at this time for a reason. Like, you are on the brink of it. And now it's just allowing yourself to take this leap to have it. Oh. No, it's gonna be a smart ass to be like, "Do you want me to call for you?" But no, because that's not how that works. And you know it, but like, dude, oh, I really hope you do because you are just gonna be on the other side of this just so happy and aligned. And then the effect that that has, like, not only is it going to bring you personal joy, personal happiness, personal peace, personal prosperity, personal fulfillment, you're literally being brought back to life. You're literally bringing your person back to life. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then you come together and you have this beautiful union energy, and then you come together and you're compatible and you work together on soul mission in some way and uplift the collective. And again, this doesn't have to be like you being, on a podcast or something together. It very well could be. But it's even like if you come together and you start, this is my other example that I always go to is, you move into, an off-grid house and then you have like, a sanctuary or like a ranch or a farm or something like that. And raising animals and maybe you're rescuing animals or fostering or something like that. It doesn't have to be you working with people, is my point. Maybe you're gonna go like work with plant kingdom in some way, be whatever. It's not what you're doing. You don't have to physically be uplifting the masses or helping the masses, awaken or through their spiritual journey or whatever. Absolutely can be. That is a lot of our soul mission here. A lot of us on the planet, that is part of our soul mission, is to actually work with other people and help them, but not everybody. And so even if you're just out there kicking it on your plot of land with your animals and your greenhouse and hanging out with your person, and maybe you have some kids and that's your thing, and you don't really people a whole lot, maybe you've got a few friends and then you're just out with the animals all the time. That energy alone shifts into the collective energy and helps other people to shift, because it's another like pathway of like, hey, you can follow this pathway. It's like your way showers, you are paving this path. You and then this other person, you're going to come together and pave an even, I just saw like a golden path. Hey, yellow brick road. Anyways, it's like you're coming together to pave this path for other people to follow, but it's energetic. So it's not even that you have to actually come out and be visible by the masses. But for some of you, that is definitely soul mission for you that I'm picking up on. But it's just understanding that it's so much bigger than just you and this person. And just oh, anyways, okay. Getting all passionate. Okay. Courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. So that would explain why I went on my whole little tangent there. All right, tapping back into source fully. Some of that was like source or guided energy, just to let you know, but the little bit of the pushy energy was more from my human self, because the way that this works, the way that this is going to work for you is what I'm hearing is you can wait another month, you can wait another year before reaching out, but you are not going to feel peace and calm and really get this next phase of life going until you reach out at this point. It's so imperative for you to be communicating with this person, and the reason is because when we okay, I'm being guided to go into this. Okay, so what happens is, I'm going to try and explain this. It's very quantum. So let me attempt to explain this. Basically, what happens is when you get into this energy, you've already had a spiritual awakening, guaranteed. You're on the path already. That is obvious. That's why you're being pushed so hard, because you're energetically actually ready to handle a divine feminine. If you are ready to handle a divine feminine in that full energy, you are automatically way closer to this divine masculine energy than you realize right now. So when you shift into this energy, what happens is, so we have infinite possibilities available to us at all times. We have more likely possibilities available to us depending on the energy that we are vibrating from, the level of consciousness and the energy that we are embodying within ourselves. Now, when you get to a certain point, those future potentials get more solid, is what I just heard. So if you think of it as like energy, right? And so everything's energy, it's all moving, it's all energy waves moving all over. The more, because we're conscious creators, we create our reality. So the more, mm, the closer we are to this type of energy, the more likely we are to make that solid. Okay, hopefully this is making sense. Then what happens at certain points, some of these other timeline possibilities or these other infinite possibilities just become less and less likely because of the internal vibration and the internal energy frequency that we are carrying. Okay. So, what is happening right now, and I really hesitate to actually say this because I do not like giving absolutes, especially when it comes to future potentials, because we have infinite possibilities available to us at all times. The thing is, in this energy, what I'm actually getting and why you are going to continue to stay uncomfortable is because the energy that you and your person are both in right now, in what you are both focused on, you are both manifesting the same damn thing. Oh, um, anyways. You're both manifesting the same thing. So, because of that, I don't know, I just got all emotional. Anyways, shit comes up in waves in this freaking energy sometimes. Gets irritating because I'm like, I can go through multiple other readings and never tap into my emotions, but this fucking energy. Anyways, okay, working through that one. Be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. Anyways, so the thing is because you both are manifesting the same thing, more or less. Some of the details are going to be different, but on the big shit, you're both manifesting the same thing. You just don't know that yet fully. I'm hearing the feminine has a knowing, and you do too. It's just a little more, because of the anxiety and stuff, you're not tapping into that deep knowing as much. But your feminine's tapping into it a little more now, which is funny. But you're manifesting the same thing. You want the same thing. And the thing is the divine wants you to do this too, like, because it's such a beautiful freaking life. And so the thing is, what I'm hearing is you two are at this point where you are literally collapsing. Holy shit, spirit. Hold on. Okay. This is profound. Um, you two are literally collapsing all other potentials to where it's literally like union is imminent. Um, now know I'm getting waves of emotions, but anyways, so that's what's happening. That's why you are being called to do this. That's why. Oh, hold on. Holy crap. Anyways, um, that's literally why you're going to continue to be on shaky ground until you do this, because you and your feminine are powerhouse manifestors. You are consciously creating your reality, and you both are collapsing other potentials except for union time. Oh my god, that explains so much. So that's why you're being pushed to do this, because you're actually manifesting it and you just don't fully realize that's what you've been doing. Dude, some of this stuff, the counterpart journey is just absolutely wild. I mean, it's so wild. Okay, let's see here. So, the message from this card is, oh, that was a profound freaking download. Jeez. Okay. It's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe. Take the leap of faith. You will be so glad you did. Um, yeah. So, I mean, that's enough said. Like, it's time to pull this out of imagination and daydreaming and, anchor it in. It's time for you to allow yourself to manifest this. And the thing is, you already are. And that's what was so profound about that download that just came through that brought me to tears, which is freaking unexpected. But it's literally you and your person are so on the same page, you just don't see it. And you both are manifesting the same thing and you just don't realize it fully. And then all of a sudden you reach out and that's that sigh of relief, because there's a part of you both, actually, that is a little worried that it's not going to happen. And that's part of this anxiety part here, is there's a part of you that is worried that it's not going to happen. But the thing is, that's so funny, it's like a cosmic joke over here. Which party har har from the human perspective. Um, it's one of these things, like, you two are manifesting the same damn thing and you just don't see it. So the divine's like, I'm trying to bring it to you. I'm trying to bring it to you, but it hinges on this one thing. It hinges on this person reaching out. So, oh, give me just a moment. So, had to pause it really quick. Didn't realize it was this long of a reading, but anyways, my daughter's home from school today. She didn't have school, so she needed something. Anyhow, so because I just looked at the length of this reading, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to close it. This was that previous insight about you and your person manifesting the same thing, and you're literally collapsing all other potentials at this time, because you and your person are both so locked onto the same vision. that it's literally like at some point I'm hearing it's inevitable for you to actually lock this in. It's if you think about it from a conscious creative perspective, the higher the frequency that you are vibrating at, the more aligned you are, the better you are at manifesting your reality. Now, if you have another person that is locked onto that same vision and you're both consciously creating that reality, it's literally like you are creating this reality with your person, and you just don't fucking realize that because you're not allowing yourself to communicate and get that confirmation and get this going to finish what you started. And it's so much, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Like the energy that I'm picking up on between you and this person in this union that you're both manifesting at this point. Oh, dude. Mwah, chef's kiss. Like divine chef's kiss. This is and I get it. Like the impact that you two can have on the collective and to help shift the energy and to help navigate what's going on the planet. I'll just leave it at that. Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. And it's so beautiful. Like the divine, and that's another part of this. You and your person have wanted to do this. I feel like you've wanted to do this for lifetimes. And now you're about to do it. You're about to do what wait, holy shit. Oh my gosh, again. Like you're about to manifest something that your soul has been wanting to do for lifetimes. So, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. Ugh. I hope this resonates. If it does, you can let me know in the comments below. Definitely let me know after you reach out because, oh, so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Okay. I really hope this resonates. I really, really do. This is one of the most absolutely intense, beautiful messages I've ever brought through. So, holy moly, let yourself have it. Um, you got this. And from like a friend perspective, like go let yourself have the life of your damn dreams. Like stop stopping yourself. Like stop getting in your own way. Get out of your own way and make this happen. Like with love, get out of your own way and make this happen. Anyways, okay. If you like this message, feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free. I will see you on the next message. Bye.